Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one is on episode 11 of Tokyo Ghoul Route A. And holy crap, this episode was crazy. I gotta admit, just like action everywhere. Things are just all over the battlefield. Things are just going crazy for everyone. Of course, the last episode, Yoshimura does end up losing, but all of a sudden, Yoshimura's child, the other one-eyed owl, appears, pretty much taking all the guys out, it seems, on the roof. And during this time, like, I gotta admit that one-eyed owl, the child of Yoshimura, compared to Yoshimura, this one-eyed owl is scary. It's just terrifying looking. Like, what the heck? It's it just looks like way more scary than Yoshimura did. Yoshimura looked kind of like a badass in his form, but this one just looks like a plain monster. And just this whole time, it's about to attack Juzo, and right when that happens, of course, here comes Shinohara, pretty much sacrificing his life for Juzo, and pretty much it was really emotional for Juzo, like being that Shinohara was the only one that was nice to him the whole time before, only one that cared for him and all that kind of stuff. And during this whole time, throughout the episode, Juzo is like half-heartedly is hurt, of course, but just like complete despair. You can tell doesn't know what he's gonna do, what he's doing, and just tries to, attack the one-eyed owl. Of course, one-eyed owl seems like just to be playing with him this whole time, and it's just like what the heck. And when this is all happening, Ogiri Tree, all of them, turns out here they are waiting once pretty much everyone is hurt, kind of thing. They come in to attack, and all the investigators, all of them are just like in complete disarray and losing because of course they suffered casualties already. They're already hurt, a lot of them, and here comes Ogiri Tree, full strength, full, all of them coming in, just attacking all their divisions, all their forces, and really pushing them back. And during this time, of course, we do have the pretty good battle of Amon versus Kaneki, and it really showed like how if it was different circumstances, if maybe Kaneki wasn't a ghoul or some other kind of thing, they could have really like even the whole time Kaneki's like he doesn't want to fight, he really doesn't want to. Of course, he has to because Amon has. He says there's no other way, and even Amon was like if there was different circumstances, he would have liked to have a long chat with Kaneki, and it's really sad to have that kind of thing. Like you don't need the senseless fighting, the senseless kind of stuff going on, but it's got to be done. They both have their resolve on their own sides, and they end up fighting. Of course, Amon does end up using his things like super strong and crazy looking and attacks Kaneki, and they both fight, and it's just really evenly both hurting each other until the final blow, and it's and it turns out it's pretty much what it looks like is that Amon has lost. During this whole time, Akira is pretty much like in like kind of zoning out because every time it seems like he gets hurt, Amon gets hurt, it's like she can like kind of sense it, kind of feel it. And throughout this whole thing, you can obviously tell there, her like kind of a relationship kind of thing going on between them. And Akita does end up going to find, Amon's body and just breaks down, goes down on the ground on her knees, and that was it. So you know that Amon's probably is dead. And I was just like, dang, poor Akita. And also during this time, she has to leave because they command. That was her orders to help the Fourth Division. Amon in Fourth Division. Of course, it's too late anyway. But during this time, Takizawa was left on the front lines with the main forces. The main forces got slaughtered, and during, I was just like, wow, I feel sorry for Takizawa because he just gets killed by the two of the main guys in Ogiri Tree. And what was weird was that Hide appeared there and called out to him, and they see him, but at the end of the episode, like I'm gonna talk about Kaneki. He does end up trying to crawl. He's trying to get back to Anteku, but he pretty much falls down in the alley, unable to get there. But later on, he finds himself in Anteku. But who is there? It's Hide. I don't know what the heck. Why is he okay? Because obviously they saw him when he spoke, when he saw Takizawa get hurt, but they didn't do anything to Hide. So it's kind of confusing in that part. Um, it's just I can't even believe Hide's in that. From the last episode, I forgot to mention that he was in the city. Dressed up as one of them. I can't believe he's even there. Like what the heck. Uh, and just makes me wonder, like, what's going on with Hide? Like, is he something else? Is there something going on with that? And that was pretty much the end of them. It shows Hide and Kaneki in Anteku. They also showed Toka a little bit, her running off, and I don't know where she's going. I thought it was actually going to be Toka that finds Kaneki, but actually it ends up being Hide. And also during the episode, we do see Arima come. He's like this super badass and just like no like he's just super badass. That's all I gotta say. Just like taking on the one-eyed owl, and like it's nothing. Just super badass. Of course, the one-eyed owl does get away while swallowing down Yoshimura, which is quite weird. And I was like, what the heck? Did just eat pretty much your father? Not pretty much. It is your father. And then at the very end, after the ending, we see the one-eyed owl transform, and it ends up being Eto. So Eto is the one-eyed owl, and Yoshimura is her father, and she's the one who orchestrated this whole thing, obviously, because she went to get to that get a meet kind of a talk with Shinohara and Juzo, and gave the information about pretty much Yoshimura's Anteku and everything like that. And it showed Yoshimura was actually still alive, which was quite like I thought he was just dead already, but ends up he's like Eto, and it was just like wow, what the heck. So many things happening in this episode, seriously, so many. The Amon, and it's just the a lot of emotion in this whole episode, a lot of action in this whole episode. The Amon and Kaneki battle was really just like it kind of was like, dang, if only they didn't have to fight each other. I was kind of hoping that they would just not fight each other, maybe go let each other by, but of course Amon cannot do that, and Kaneki's got to fight because he's got to defend himself, obviously, and it ended up being bad for Amon. Actually, like at first I was like, when Kaneki dropped in the alley, I was like, no way, he's not dead. Of course he's not, and Hide is like confusing me on what he's doing there and how he survived seeing Takizawa get hurt and seeing them, see him, but let him go. So I don't know. The Shinohara death, I knew that was gonna happen, kind of thing. I knew he was gonna protect Juzo. It was kind of obvious that something like that was happening. Didn't make it less sad, obviously, because like for Juzo, Shinohara is like the only person that's close, and the Eto being the one-eyed owl thing it's pretty crazy, to be honest. And the whole thing with Eto and Yoshimura being, father and daughter, which is just, and just so many things going on. Poor Akita, first losing her father, now losing Amon, and I still am confused on what Toka was doing, where she was going in that episode. But overall, seriously, a really good episode. This is episode 11, which means there's only one more episode in the season, which is the next week we'll have episode 12. And I seriously cannot wait to see what will happen in that episode, in the aftermath of all of this that's happened. I'm wondering if they're gonna have a third season. Probably will. Tokyo, this is like going off of the manga, so I'm wondering how they're gonna incorporate this to if they do make a third season, how they're incorporated into their third season and everything, since it's no longer part of the manga. Like it probably has some similarities, but not fully on the manga. But yeah, it's just crazy episode, like seriously, love this second season so far. Has been really good, and cannot wait to see how they will close out in the aftermath of this entire battle, which is just a crazy battle. Like seriously, just a lot of things going on. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom discussion review. That's all I gotta say about the episode. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, then comment below as well. And until next time, guys, see ya.